Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is chapter 2 in our Junie B Jones first grade Dumb Bunny book. Brenton is sleeping. Thomas, not so much. So if you hear background noise, it is just that crazy kiddo, okay? Might end up pausing it a couple times, so if you see a glitch or a pause, it's because I'm trying to help him. Say hi, Thomas. Or you want to read that story? Should we read that story first? No? Okay. Thomas loves stories, so we'll see how he does. Maybe he'll just sit and listen. Chapter 2, Clothes and Nubs. Lucille was still mad at lunch. I just don't get it, she grouched. How could anyone forget the Easter Bunny? The Easter Bunny brings candy right to your door. Lenny did a frown at her. He doesn't bring candy to my door, Lucille, he said. The Easter Bunny is different religion than me. I'm Jewish. Shirley nodded. I'm Jewish too, Lucille, she said. I've never ever been to an Easter egg hunt before. What do you want to wear to something like that anyway? Lucille stood up, fluffed herself. Well, since the Easter Bunny and I are some religion, I'm going to wear a fan's Easter dress, Shirley, she said. Shirley thought a minute, then she nodded. Then I guess I will wear a fancy Jewish dress, she said. Lenny's eyes lit up. Really, Shirley? You mean you have your own clothing line? He asked. He smiled. Then I think I will wear some fancy Jewish pants, he said. My friend named Herbert tapped on his chin. Let's see. Since I'm a Presbyterian, so these are different religions. They all still mean that they believe in God. They're just different names. They do different things, okay? I guess I should wear Presbyterian pants, he said. He turned and looked at me. Presbyterian means we wear iron on our wrinkles, I think, he said. Just then, Sheldon slapped the table with his hand. Hey! I know! I will wear a fancy turban. A fancy turban is religious clothes, right? He said. I love fancy turbans. Mr. Scary was listening to us while he ate. He quick put down his sandwich. Boys and girls, you're getting way off track here, he said. Lucille's Easter egg hunt is not a religious party. Really, I've spoken to her mother about it. It's more of a spring picnic with an egg hunt activity. Am I right, Lucille? Yes, she said. My mother said that the Easter Bunny isn't even working that day. He's just going to hop around the party and smile and have his picture taken with people. I thought for a second. I don't think bunnies should smile, I said. Bunnies have yellow teeth, like clown teeth, except bunnies' teeth are way pointier. Sheldon nodded. My Aunt Bunny has a pointy tooth, he said. She can stab a pickle with it, and the pickle just stays there. All of us stared at him. Sheldon has the most interesting family I've ever heard of. Lucille did a big breath. Well, I don't care about that pointy bunny. Teeth, she said. Bunnies have cute floppy ears and puffy fluffy tails and itchy twitchy little noses. I kept on picturing her teeth. Bunny teeth can nibble your head into a nub, I said. No, they cannot, Junie B Jones, she said back. Well, yes, they can. Lucille, whatever your last name is, I said. I saw it on Oprah. Mr. Scary glanced at me. I ducked down in my seat, then I quieted my voice. Oprah has a lot of nub information, I said very soft. Mr. Scary glared again. I started to squirm. Teachers can spot a fib a mile away. At recess, I told Lucille. Lucille told us more. Rewind. At recess, Lucille told us more about the party. She said that there was going to be lots of delicious foods to eat. Plus, there was going to be an exciting prize for the Easter egg winner. And wait till you hear this, she said. My daddy is going to hide a real pretend golden egg, and whoever finds the golden egg will win the grand prize of the day. And that is a fabulous play date with me, Lucille. She twirled around and hugged herself. And it's not just any old-fashioned play date with me either, she said. The winner is going to go swimming with me in my heated indoor swimming pool that we had just enclosed. Enclosed means it's put inside. It's not outside anymore. Enclosed it, they put a roof over it. She did a little shiver and rubbed her arms. Isn't that exciting, everyone? She asked. Doesn't that give you the twinkles? She looked around. Well, doesn't it? Huh? Doesn't it make you twinkle all over? She asked. All of a sudden, the children looked curious at each other. Herb rocked back and forth on his feet a minute. Is you reading? Herb rocked back and forth on his feet a minute. I think you mean the tingles, he said at last. Jose nodded. See, Lucille, you definitely mean the tingles, he said. Lucille squinted at those two. Tingles, whatever. The point is, a play date with me gives you goosebumps on your arms, she said. Just look at your arms, people. Don't you see them? Don't you see the goosebumps? All of us looked at our arms. None of us had goosebumps. We waited and waited, real patient. And then finally, goosebumps! Yelled Sheldon. I see goosebumps, Lucille! He ran to her and pointed. Look, Lucille, see them? See my goosebumps, he said. Lucille's face beamed very happy. Ooh, Sheldon, those are goosebumps. Those are the goosebumpiest goosebumps I've ever saw. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for those goosebumps, she said. After that, she gave him a big hug, and she waved her fingers at us. Well, ta-ta, everyone, she said. It's time for me to go look at myself in the cafeteria window. Ooh, there's a picture. Then she shook her shiny hair, and she skipped away. Sheldon kept on standing there. He was shocked from the hug, I think. Then, all of a sudden, his whole face lighted up, and he began to shout. Lucille, wait up! I'll look at myself in the cafeteria window, too, he shouted. He took off, skipping after her. I smiled to see that. I think Sheldon has a crush on Lucille, I said to my friend Herbert. Herb looked funny at me. You mean crush, Junie B? He has a crush on Lucille, he said. I started to laugh. Don't be ridiculous, Herbert. It's definitely... Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. She said crunch earlier. I think Sheldon has a crunch on Lucille. You mean crush, Junie B? He said. He has a crush on Lucille? I started to laugh. Don't be ridiculous, Herbert. It's definitely crunch. I am excellent at expressions. Herbert looked funny at me again. I don't know why. After a minute, Sheldon and Lucille skipped past us. They were smiling and giggling and chasing each other. Sheldon was calling to her. Come here, you springy little lamb, he said. I slapped my knee. Springy little lamb? Ha! He called her a springy little lamb. That's a hoot, I said. May heard me talking. It's not funny, Junie Jones. Can't you see what he's doing? Sheldon is trying to get in good with Lucille so he'll tell him where the golden egg is hidden. He's just trying to win the playdate to swim in her pool. She followed him with her eyes. He's not going to get away with it, though, she said. After that, she cupped her hands around her mouth, and she shouted after him. You can just forget it, Sheldon Potts. I'm going to be the one who finds the golden egg, not you. I've got eggs like red-tailed hawk. I looked at her very curious. May has a lot of bird parts, I believe. Also, she is cuckoo, and that's not name-calling. That's just the truth. Is that name-calling? It's definitely name calling, isn't it? All right, next week we'll do chapter 3, okay? And it's called Waiting and Waiting. So we're going to see what the party is like. Thomas, want to say hello? That's why you stayed so quiet. Did Thomas have my phone? Were you taking pictures of yourself? Say hi. Say see you next time. Oh.